Another fine day here on sailing vessel Little Bear, and I'm kind of stoked to get this hole plugged. The little strips of fiberglass plate that I made up are ready, and I've cut them to fit. So I'm going to mix up some thickened epoxy, and I'm going to clamp them with my clamps in place so the epoxy hardens, and then I will put the plug back in. At least that's the theory. So for now, I'm just going to get these backing plates fastened in, and then we'll have to let them harden up and cure. Well, that worked out satisfactorily so far. I've managed to get the backing plates all epoxied into place. The one in the aft here, I've put a clamp on it. The one in the head area, I used screws. So have a look at this one. That one will harden and cure up nicely. I should probably get the squeeze out off there, or it'll make it difficult to press the plug back in. And the one in the head is a little different. Let me show you. This area in here is very cramped and awkward to work in. So I used a bigger backing plate, and I used screws to hold it in place because the clamp wouldn't fit in that hole. So once that's hardened up, that'll be tomorrow-ish, I will come back and epoxy the plugs back in. Then maybe I'll get around to painting this part. This looks kind of grody. So those two fiberglassing epoxy jobs were basically all I wanted to get done today. On the boat, that is. The bilge pump wiring is functioning. I need to tidy it up to route it properly, but before I do that, I need to recreate the backing panel. This is the old one. I showed this to you before, and it has the old switch, an engine room light switch that doesn't do anything, a hole that doesn't do anything, another hole that doesn't do anything, and a Marine Corps amp meter, DC volts monitor, battery monitor. So I'll probably take that out and keep it. This one I'll use as a template, and the new one is going to be created out of oak. The oak board I have in my shop right now, so we need to go back over to the club and see if we can laminate it, cut it and laminate it together. So in a miracle of finger snapping, let's go over to the club, the workshop. Okay, so the project I'm working on is to create a new seat for my dinghy. The old one was broken when I went for a little burn in the dinghy with my dread pirate Admiral, and we went over boatway, and she came up about 6 inches, came down, and busted the seat. So rather than recreate this out of plywood and suffer another catastrophic break, I'm creating a fiberglass and foam sandwich, and I'll just transfer the brackets, screw them on there, and we'll have done with it. This here is a nice piece of oak that I am going to use to create the panel. So I don't have clamps right now, but I'm going to hopefully borrow a couple of clamps from a friend. get that laminated together, and then I can cut the hole for the bilge pump switch, cut the hole for the battery monitor, and that'll be ready to go back in. So all these little projects quickly add up and become one whole boat. But that's as far as I can go today, so I'm going to clean up and go home. So as always, fair winds, following sea. God bless.